gentlemen, to another edition of the GameCorp Retro Review. I am your host, as always, Chad. Joining me is Matt. Matt, we're reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog 3, now with more Moose Knuckles. We do this in categories of 5. We review it 1 to 5. The categories are graphics, how it looks, sound, how it sounds, that's pretty redundant, gameplay, how it plays, fun factor, how much enjoyment we had from it, even if it had issues, and challenge, whether or not the difficulty kept us engaged, or was too hard, or was too easy. Matt, you go first as always. Start us off with graphics.
As far as graphics go with this game, I totally dig them. This is probably the best it's ever going to be, best it ever was for the Genesis. I love the level designs. I love the character animations. I think everything is so bright and vibrant and full of life in this game. So without question, but it's not exactly perfect, but it is for certain above average, and I'm going to go with a 4. When it comes to sound, this is by this and 2 are by far my favorite soundtracks in the Sonic series. Two's got the more memorable tracks, but there are still some decent ones in this one. Um, like all the other sound effects are cheesy and corny as you expect to come from these games, so no surprise there. I'd say overall, again, I'm probably gonna stick with another 4 here. When it comes to gameplay, it's about as rock solid as you can get for these types of games. The sense of speed is completely there. The controls are tight and responsive. There's not like so much in the terms of like actual like variety, so to speak, but it's still fun nonetheless. That up, but that's just a minor gripe. That just has to do with perspective and how difficult it can be at times to play. But overall, I'd say gameplay is, I guess, kind of sit right at a 4 for me again. Fun factor: I have so much fun. I have so much fun with this series, especially with this one. Um, uh, like I said, just about everything else from the other categories applies here. It's always a blast to play this one, and especially considering I'm a fan of platformers as it is. Definitely going to go probably with the 5 on this one. When it comes to challenge, it's not too hard. It's fairly balanced. Um, Anybody who's been playing this genre before, knows exactly what to expect. Just as long as you got some good reflexes, you'll make it through just fine. I would have to say on challenge, I'm probably going to sit at, and I think this is pretty much a 4 across the board for me.
So for me, graphics, I'm going to agree with you. 4. I think they really maxed out what they could do. I think what ended up hurting them was the limitations of the design originally. You can only do so much with a side scroller. So it's not as cool as something like Vector Man, but yeah, it's not bad. As far as sound goes, I agree. I like 2's better, but I think 1 is still the king in terms of musical scores. And 3's not bad, but you could tell they were trying to do other things with it, so whatever. 4, I'll give for the sound. Gameplay, I'm not a platformer. I don't care how fast you run. The controls work, but work for a platformer is like driving a car with 3 wheels. Yeah, it's just drive. Why would you want to? So I'm going to give it a 3. As far as fun factor goes, I didn't. So I'm going to give it a 3 just to be fair. And for challenge, it is what it is. It's a platformer with a blue hedgehog and a red thingamabob. I don't know what the fuck he is. So I'm going to give it a 3 because it's not overly difficult. It's not overly easy. It's a game for babbies. Altogether, that gives us a score of 4 for the graphics, 4 for the sound, 3.5 for the gameplay, 4 for the fun factor, and 3.5 for the challenge. That gives us a 19 out of 25, which gives us a score of 76. So it's a fairly respectable game. So with that being said, we're done. We're out of here. Check out the website at realnerdcorp.com. For Matt, I'm Chad. Matt, say goodnight.
Night, everybody.